Hey everybody, and welcome to day 16. Boy, we're moving right along. So on this day 16, I'm actually really excited about today. Um, Day 16 is the day I realized that I was a woman. You know, we grow up and we're taught to emulate either an older sibling, or we learn things from our mothers or aunts, and we learn the way in which to act and be as a woman. We learn from watching other women. And in this day, as I approach 50, it's sad to see what womanhood has turned into, where it's these this constant sex symbol, this constant need for this and this, and getting on a pole and everything is what we seem to be showing our women. And what's quite interesting about women today is that we all definitely, our older women are doing something right. And why I say that is because I have quite a few friends that are in the same age group as me, and we look very young in comparison to quite a few of the women that are in their 20s and 30s today. So, I mean, it speaks volumes to the way in which we are currently living our lives versus the way these younger women are choosing to live their lives. I mean, it just seems that social media seems to dictate a lot to the direction in which a lot of these women are going into. But the moment I realized I was a woman when I could set my own rules, when it was okay to break the rules of what I was taught, from the past. When I discovered I was a woman was when I was making my own decisions that were for me, for the benefit of me and no one else. Becoming a woman and being a woman is a big responsibility. It's we have been put in positions where we're the mothers, that we try to play the father role, and we take on so much. We are super women. And sometimes it's not by choice. But the moment when I realized I was a woman was when I realized that everything's going to be okay. One day someone will love me for me, and I will not have to do anything different. That is the moment I realized I was a woman. The other part of when I realized was a woman, when I had my daughter. Having this opportunity to be blessed with a girl let me know that I was doing something right. As she has grown into womanhood, I could not be more proud to be a woman. She has represented me in ways that I could never imagine, and she still does today at 19 years old. The moment I realized I was a woman was when it was okay to sit in a corner and cry, but stand in a room alone. I realized when I was a woman when it was okay that I needed to fix a sink, and it was okay when I needed to call someone for help. The day I realized I was a woman was when I was happy to have 20, 30 pairs of thigh-high boots. The day I realized I was a woman was when I accepted myself for the way I am and how I look. I look in the mirror and I'm proud and happy, imperfections and all. The day I realized I was a woman was when I started to tell my truth through these 50 days until I'm 50. But what if I allowed everyone in that has come in and out of my life dictate to what they believe I should be as a woman? We have these rules, cross your legs, don't do this, don't do that. But what if you're just free and you are just the woman that you want to be? What if every time someone said you shouldn't do that, what if you said, well, why not? It's I love being a woman. It is just something special about who we are, what we represent, the strength of what we have, the ability to multitask, the ability to break down walls. Women, emotional and all, make amazing leaders. We have the ability to take as many bumps as possible and still maintain level life. But what if I would have given up on myself? What if I didn't accept me being this great woman? I believe without a doubt I am the best version I can be of myself going into my 50s. I'm excited to be 50. I'm excited to be a woman. I'm excited that over these next couple weeks of things that will come that just show that I represent things great as a woman. You know, I said in previous days that, you know, sometimes I take a lot of things to heart when I don't understand people's reasoning for maybe disliking me for no apparent reason. But then I had to come to the conclusion that they have not found themselves as women yet either. See, women that are real women will support each other. We will get each other's back. We won't talk about each other behind our backs. We will just be great support systems of each other. That's gotten lost. And as I've been releasing these videos, I'm recording them as they go along. They're not all done in the same time frame. I can't even tell you the amount of things that have happened. And one of the biggest things I've been told is they're happy that I'm representing women. It's an amazing crown to hold, to be a queen. You know, and I don't think I even knew what that meant. But as I go on and I see things and what I represent, I wear my crown very proud. So the moment I realized I was a woman was the moment a man made me feel like a queen. You know, we go through this life and, you know, we say that we need to have men to make us feel a certain kind of way. And it took me 49 years to get there. The moment I realized I was a woman was the moment I knew it was okay to ask for help. The moment I realized I was a woman was when I saw that there's going to be times when God says no. There's going to be times where you're going to be faced with the fork in the road and you can either choose to go left or right, or you can stay neutral. It is a big responsibility to be a woman, and I'm so glad I was blessed to be one. Men have a lot on their shoulders, but so do women. And it's really, really rough to be a woman sometimes. Between everything our bodies go through, to bearing children, to taking on the responsibilities. But the day I realized I was a woman was when I took responsibility for all the mistakes that I personally made. See, it takes a big person to add and confess to your faults and the things you've done, things you haven't done, and so forth, because we as women are very quick to argue our point. The way I realized that, the day that I realized that I was a woman, when I was able to sit back and realize that, yeah, I'm wrong too sometimes. You know, to my women out there moving into 2019, I say to you, embrace your crown and be this amazing woman that you are, and be supportive of other women around you. You'd be surprised who may need you. You know, I've been told, like, a lot of people have reached out to me, had questions and different things like that, because they felt that me as a woman, it takes a lot of guts to sit in front of a camera and just be transparent and share your truth. But as a woman, it is so liberating. I feel free. I feel going into 2019 that a burden has been lifted off my shoulders, because I felt this need to release. See, sometimes people look at us and, you know, we are always the superwoman, but sometimes the superwoman is hurting. Sometimes the superwoman where people look back and say, no, not mama, not her. No, she's doing this. But sometimes as a woman, we just need a hug. You know, it's amazing how we women, and I know so many women in my circle that carry such this strong burden that it is amazing of their strength. But we need to come together as women and feed off of each other's strength. We can't be in our 50s still looking at other women with a side eye. We just, it's got to stop. And I'm hoping that, you know, as women watch these videos, men too, that they, you know, get liberated and just want to sit back and rethink their connections with people and rethink some of the things that they're doing and say, you know what? She's right. Like, what the hell's my problem? It takes a hell of a woman to admit personal fault. It just takes a lot to do that. And I'll tell you something else. I'm going to say this to my women that are maybe single and you know, looking for relationships and looking for love. It takes a strong woman to realize that there could be something within yourself that is blocking you from finding that which you seek. You know, it doesn't just take a strong man to deal with you. It takes a strong woman to understand that not everybody's wrong. You know, if you're moving into your 40s and 50s and you still, like, there's something inherently that requires you to become a woman and say, let me just take a look and see, is there something about me that is blocking this? You've got to be this woman that's woman enough to say, I'm going to ask myself some questions. And I'm going to tell you something. The best place that you can go as a woman to find out about yourself is a male friend. A male friend will tell you the truth about yourself. Because, see, our girlfriends have a tendency to support us on the level of, oh, girl, there ain't nothing wrong with you. You good, you good. It's them, it's them. It's not always them. So what if, as a woman, you took a look at yourself and said, they can't all be wrong? There has to be something. That is if this is what you see. And it's with anything that you tackle in 2019 and moving forward. If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same result. As a woman, trust in yourself. Trust in your ability to say, I'm going to take a chance. What's the worst thing that could happen? It just doesn't work out. You know, women, not all men are bad. They're not. There are some good ones out there, and we can't approach every man with the same template that we had from the previous man. You've got to learn to make a new template with a new person. Trust in yourself and the results will be great. Let's not go into 2019 man bashing, complaining about men, complaining about baby daddies and all this kind of stuff. Just trust in yourself and own up to the mistakes in which you've done and be that woman that I know you can be. I'm proud to be a woman, and I need you to be proud too.